Hello yogi and welcome. My name is Mimi and welcome to my YouTube channel where you find yoga, pilates and HIIT workouts. Today it will be yoga. So welcome to practice. We begin in child's pose for today's practice. So find your way into child's pose, but this time in your child's pose, keep your knees only as wide as your hips and have your shin bones parallel to the long edge of the yoga mat. Yet we still make it as comfortable as normally. So snuggle in, push your hips all the way down towards your heels, reach with your arms all the way out the opposite way, and then drop your forehead down. Relax into the shape of it, and with that, relax into yourself, spending time with yourself. Feel the lengthening along your side bodies. Feel the sensations in your hips, your ankles, your knees. Maybe this child's pose feels a little more compressed than normally when you have your knees wide. Can you still find length in your in and release in your exhale? And with your next inhale, start now to round your way up on your hands and your knees. Keep your head heavy and tucked. With an exhale, start to open along the frontal line. Drop your hips down towards your wrist. Push the back of the heart into the front of the heart. Lift the crown of your head up high. Find your way out of it the same way you got in there. Chin to chest. Curl your way out. Inhale. Exhale to sit back over your child's pose. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, rounding your way on your hands, on your wrists, on your knees. Exhale, start to open up the front body. Firming along the back body, finding a way back out. Chin to chest. Arc your back of the heart up towards the sky first, and then from here sit back down. Round up one more time, but stay here on all fours. Fix those hips on top of your knees, and then keep your hips there, but walk your hands out in front of you, coming into extended puppy pose. Fingertips extending the side bodies. Let your forehead ground. Lengthen your sit bones towards the back wall, so we almost flatten our spine, and we work more on that extension along the side bodies. Stay here for one more breath. Exhale out. Now activate your front body, hug it into your back body, and with that round your way into Sphinx pose, lowering thighs and hips down. This time bend your elbows though and drop all the way down to land in your Sphinx pose. Pull your shoulder heads back as if your collarbones start to smile. Extend from the toes to the top of the head, firm your butt, exhale out. Beautiful. Draw your right heel towards your right sit bone. Can you avoid any butt sticking out as you do so? So keep on pushing your pubic bone down towards the floor. Extend that right leg. Ground it back down towards the floor. Move over to the left side. Pull your left heel in and extend. Beautiful. Both heels at the same time. Pull them in. Still working on that motion of your pelvis down towards the floor. Coming back out of it, flex your feet this time, tuck your toes under, place your hands by your outer hips, draw your elbows towards another, lock your knees out, engage your quads, push up, come into high plank. From here, soften your knees and press yourself up. Come into downward facing dog, let your head hang, connect your big toes at the end of the yoga mat. Reach with your right leg up high towards the sky, keep on pushing your left heel down as you do so. Crawl your right knee into your chest, move shoulders above your wrists, and then step that right foot through between your hands. Look through your body down towards the left foot, and then replace your left toes with your left heel and turn your left foot out 45 degrees. From here, rise up and come into your warrior one. Keep on turning your chest and your hips forward. Keep on grounding through your left foot so the arch in your left foot is still there. Take another breath in. With an exhale out, bring your hands towards your heart center, straighten your right leg, turn your left foot further out, 45 degrees the other way, and come into Skandasana from here. Lengthen through your spine in. With an exhale, travel back to the front of the yoga mat. Come onto the ball of your left foot. Drop your left hand down. Hug everything towards the center line and reach with your right fingertips up towards the sky. Keep on extending from the left heel to the top of the head. Keep on sinking through your hips, but rise through your chest and spiral your chest open to the right side. Stay here for another breath. We have a big transition, warrior two from here. Let your right hand drop down towards the outer hip. Lift your left hand simultaneously up in front of you. Then keep on cartwheeling your arms and follow along that dance. Drop your left heel down. Find your warrior two. Right knee sits on top of your right ankle. Left leg is straight. Start to lengthen it through your spine a little more. Connect your pubic bone with your ribs. Relax your shoulders. But then allow yourself to move away from the outer alignment and feel more towards the inner alignment. What is actually going on inside of you? Reverse your warrior. Left hand down along your left thigh. Right fingertips brushing the ceiling. Coming all the way towards the back of the room. Spin your arms back down to frame your right foot. Come onto the ball of your left foot. Shift more and more weight into your right leg and float that left leg up behind you. Finding your warrior three here, working into that internal rotation through your left thigh. Have your toes and your knee facing down the way. You can micro-bend your right knee, or if you feel ready for it, straighten it. Spread the toes of your right foot. Let your hands float up in front of your heart center. Simmer here for another second. And then start to rise all the way up. Bring that left leg with you. Keep on spreading the toes of your right foot so the foundation is nice and big as you balance here in your stork pose. Stay here for another breath in. Exhale out. And cactus your arms. And then step that left foot through only halfway. So you can come into like a pyramid pose set up with both of your feet grounded, even the left heel is down. Your shoulders are centered between. From here, come then into a bind. Across your lower back, reach for the opposite elbow. Use that as a reminder to roll your shoulder heads back in space. Firm your inner thighs towards another. Roll that left hip forward so it sits just beside your right hip. Take a breath in to lengthen the spine. And then keep your spine nice and long as you come over your right leg. Know that the head is part of your spine as well, so work mindfully with the position of your head. Gaze is shifted down just in front of your right foot. Still hugging the inner thighs towards another, so it is really the right hamstring that gets all the treatment. Staying here for one more breath. Exhaling out. Beautiful. Soften both of the knees, letting go of your elbows and let your hands slide back down towards the floor. Come into half lift. Come high on the toes of your left foot. Drop your palms flat down. If you can't, just bend both of your knees. From here, free your right foot and pierce the sky with your right toes. Walk your hands in accordingly to come towards the standing split here. Staying here for another breath in. Exhale out. Come into half lift, and as you do so, bend into your right knee. Bring the right shin across the yoga mat behind your left ankle. The right knee can stay on the outside, on the right outside, and then sit down behind your right heel. Scoop your hands underneath that left foot. Extend your spine nice and long, and then add in that left leg as well. Sitting nice and upright, trying to not clench around the shoulder girdle. Stay spacious. No need to build up tension around that area as you work into that left hamstring. Stay here for another breath in. Exhale out. Beautiful. Rebend into that left knee 90 degrees. And then free your hands. Start to drop the left knee inwards and lift that left ankle outwards. And then from here, come into an active range through that left hip as you rotate the left leg around, using your upper body as a counterweight. Bring it all the way back again, just to the shape where you started at. Try to keep the left foot off the floor. Let's do that one more time. Moving all the way around, round. And then stay here and drop that left foot down towards the floor. Seal left knee and right foot arch, pulling the knee all the way into the arch. If you can, have your left toes pointed to the back of the yoga mat. Both hands behind your hips. Scoop your tailbone under. Lift your hips off the floor and then place the pelvis back down, but maybe a good bit further backwards, so behind your sit bones. Wonderful. From here, come then down onto your right forearm, so you kind of tip over to the right side, and feel how this brings beautiful sensations to that left hip flexor. Lift your left arm up high to the sky. Inhale, bend into your left elbow joint and cradle the back of your head to prop your head up as you go deeper and deeper into this wonderful hip flexor stretch. Notice how sometimes it's really not so much about how low we go within a stretch, but how we set up our pelvis, and this is one of them. So tucking the tailbone even more under and trying to scoop the tailbone from underneath up towards the sky. So tilting the pelvis backwards really gets deeply into that left hip flexor, even though we're not lying all the way down. Stay here for one more breath. Exhale out. Tipping over towards the right side so you find your easy way back out. Then pick that left leg up, help with your left hand and extend it out in front of you. Oh, maybe some tactile feedback. Touch always helps to calm our nervous system. So if this felt really intense, just give yourself a little bit of a pat, and then place that right leg, the right foot against the inside of your left inner thigh. Sweep your arms over your head, taking a deep breath in. With an exhale, find your forward fold over your left leg. Trying to lengthen even more into the back side of that left leg by pushing the left heel away and also lifting the left sit bone towards the back of the room. Feel how your heart always wants to shine forward. So have that extension in your spine. Stay here for one more breath. Release and find your way back out of it. Shoulders on top of your hips. Rebend into that left knee and then roll over your shins to find your way on your hands and your knees. Stepping it back from here into a downward facing dog. Take here a moment. Inhale. Exhale out. And lift your heels up high, draw your chin towards your chest. Round your way forward. Coming into high plank. With or without your knees, find your low plank. Moving forward and upwards, find your back bend. Inhale, cobra, baby cobra. Upward facing dog, rolling over the feet, strong core, charged legs. Downward facing dog. Connect your big toes at the end of the yoga mat. Free your left leg, lift it up high towards the sky. Inhale. From the highest point, draw your left knee into your chest, then push yourself over your wrists. Step that left foot through between your hands. Look down towards your right toes. Place your right heel there where your right toes are. Turn your right foot out 45 degrees. Rise up, come into your warrior one. Grounding at the same time as we start to bring lightness to the upper body so we can spiral right shoulder and right hip forward. Stay here for another breath in. Sink as you exhale out. Bring your hands towards your heart center. Now straighten your left leg, turn your right foot the opposite way out, 45 degrees, and drop into Skandasana over your right foot. Turn your left knee and then lift toes up the way. Try to have your right knee point in the same direction as your right toes. Stay here for another breath in. Move back to the front of the yoga mat. Come onto the ball of your right foot. Ground your right hand. Find your easy twist. Left fingertips lift up towards the sky. Keep on lifting the right side of your ribcage more and more upwards, and then sink more and more into the left hip. Oh, so it feels just really like a full body rinse and rejuvenation for your whole body. Stay in here for one more breath. Big transition into warrior two. Let your left hand come down behind you. Right arm lifts up in front of you. Keep on flowing and dancing with your arms. Turn your right heel down. Find your warrior two. Relax arms and shoulders, relax your face. Feel the power simmering up from your legs. Stay in here for one more breath. And then reverse your warrior. Spin your arms back down to frame your left foot. Come onto the ball of your right foot. Pull yourself more and more into your left leg. Find your warrior three, floating right leg up behind you. Close your hips. Feel how the right inner thigh firms into your left inner thigh. Let your hands come towards your heart center. Extend a little more from the right heel to the top of the head. So good. Stay here for another breath in. Exhale out. Rise up, still balancing on that left foot as your arms are sweeping over your head and that right knee rises all the way up towards your chest. Stay here on and relax, sink into the effort of the shape. Step your right foot through only halfway so you find pyramid on the other side. Drop that right heel down towards earth. Cactus your arms. Find your forearm bind, but have the other forearm on top. Firm inner thighs towards another. Have your core engaged. Draw your navel in. Puff your chest up high. Roll shoulder heads back. And then from here start to lean over your left leg. Have your gaze shifted out in front of your left toes to remind your spine to stay nice, long and strong here. Keep on rolling that right inner thigh into your left inner thigh so you really get the center, the middle part of your left hamstring. And stay here for one more breath. Exhale, soften. And then release your forearm bind. Let your hands come back down towards the floor. Come onto the toes of your right foot. Drop your hands flat down towards the floor if you can. Tiger curve, free your left leg. And then pierce the sky with your left toes. Walk your hands in so you can walk yourself into a standing split. Now stay here for one more breath. And rebend into your left knee to bring that left shin bone this time across the yoga mat. You can keep the left knee over at the left side. Sit down behind your left heel. Scoop your hands underneath your right foot. And then start to lift that right leg up along your spine, your chest. Gently trying to connect chest and leg a little more without dragging the shoulders up. Stay relaxed through your shoulder girdle. Stay in here for 2 more. One more breath. Stay balanced and stay turned on as you start to bend your right knee. Have your hands just balancing somewhere up in space. Find your internal rotation by folding the knee inwards, lifting the heel outwards, and then rotate that leg all the way around without touching the floor. Find your active range. Pick yourself back up again and come out of it. Beautiful. Let's do that one more time. Circling that right leg all the way around, using the upper body as a counterweight. And then this time you can settle. Glide your right knee into the arch of your left foot, creating a triangle shape with your legs. The right shin bone is parallel to the long edge of the yoga mat, and if you can, have your toes pointed towards the back of the room. Hands are behind your pelvis. Curl your tailbone under. Sit your pelvis back down, but maybe a little more behind your sit bones. And then drop over onto your left forearm. Remembering the focus is in the right hip flexor. Bring your hand behind the head and cradle the back of your head here so you can rest your head in it, and it extends that whole beautiful sensation just a little more. Use your breath to soothe any irritations or the edges of it. Stay in here now for another 2. One more breath. Coming over the left side, back out of it, so there's no strain on that right hip as you lift. Beautiful. Then catch your right foot with your right hand to bring that right leg all the way out in front of you. Place the left foot against the right inner thigh. Sweep your arms over your head. Take a breath in as you do so. Find your forward fold over your right leg. Exhale out. Inhale to lengthen. Try to create as much distance between the right heel and right sit bone as you can. And then fold and melt back into it. Let's do that one more time. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to fold. Reset and come back out of it. Shoulders on top of your hips. Bend your right knee in front of your left shin. Come over your legs. Place your hands down, knees down. From here, step one foot out, followed by your second foot, coming into downward facing dog. Let's flush it out. One vinyasa. Lift your heels up high. Draw your chin towards your chest. Round your way into high plank. Find your low plank. Moving forward and upwards, back bending. Strong core, strong legs. Push through the top of the feet. Roll into your downward facing dog. Stay here for one more breath. And then begin to walk your feet to the front of the yoga mat. Enjoying this walk. If this is the only thing you have to do today, so you really want to make sure you don't miss even just a spare second of it. Once you are at the front of the yoga mat, Drop fully and completely once more, using the weight of your head to decompress the spine. Feel how gravity pulls those last thoughts out of your head, thoughts you don't want to take with you, any internal self-talk you don't want to take with you. Then soften your knees and round your way up, vertebrae at a time. Feel how you stack each vertebra on top of each other. Drop the shoulders away, roll them open, bring space to your heart. Taking another deep breath into the stomach, up into the chest. Feel how your whole body begins to radiate as you exhale out. Repeat that as many times as you wish to until you feel ready to face this day. Thanks so much for joining, for flowing with me from my heart to yours. Namaste.